This is a very simple drill. Just focus on quick cadence, quick feet, and syncing your arms with your legs. So you can see how I'm driving the elbow back, but nice quick cadence. And then as we go into slow motion, you can see my foot strikes underneath me, and our skipping step is very short. So again, find a balance between good knee drive and short, quick cadence. Driving the elbow back, everything's in sync with each other. Not looking for height, just nice and quick. Back to normal speed, nice quick feet. Should feel good. With this drill, we're looking to skip for height or with explosion and extending that leg. Again, notice I'm in sync with my arms and my legs, exploding and trying to get as high as possible. Not for distance, but for height. Here we go, slow motion. Notice my skipping leg, get that extension right there. Also notice how I keep my heel tucked under my hamstring. I'm not looking to reach out. Keep it there, and then I just strike the ground underneath me. Notice how I drive the elbow back. Arms are in sync with my legs. And I extend and get that leg extension. And then back to full speed again. Again, heels under the hamstring. I'm not reaching out as I skip. Keeping the foot under the hamstring. There you have it. With this drill, we're skipping for distance, so I'm trying to cover as much distance per stride as possible with my skip. And when we go to the slow motion, notice how I take off with my right and land on my right. That's the key. Take off with my left, land on my left. And I'm landing underneath me. I'm not reaching out in front. See, I land, take off, and I land underneath my body. Take off and land on the same foot, getting good leg extension. Back to normal speed. Again, I'm driving my elbows back, arms and legs are in sync. Okay, this is a drill that looks very simple, and it is, but it can create a very neuromuscular challenge for a lot of folks. So right here is the one leg knee drive. With this, there's two parts. This first part, I'm focusing on driving my knee up as quickly and as forcefully as I can, and just setting it back down to the ground. Here we go, slow motion. So again, driving that knee up quickly. A lot of my drills are done quickly. Boom, right there, driving it up. We want it done quickly so we get the strength and neuromuscular adaptation we're looking for. And notice again, with all the drills, I'm trying to sequence my arms. So I'm driving my elbow back. What goes back must go forward in running. So driving it up, driving that knee up. And here it is, fast motion again. Again, this is a great core workout too. We all focus on all the crunches, but a lot of times we need to learn to fire our stomach and our core while we're doing something. That's very different than just pure strength. So here's part two. Now I'm stomping into the ground rather than driving my knee up. So it still looks somewhat similar, but again, the mindset shifts. I'm stomping into the ground. I'm still lifting the knee up. Here's slow motion, so stomp into the ground. Stomp into the ground. So it's just opposite of what we just did. The knee still goes up, but my mindset has changed to stomping into the ground forcefully. And the other leg just kind of goes along for the ride, stomping into the ground. And again, it's all about that right leg or the one leg that you're working on. The other leg really just kind of, again, just kind of walks along with it. And here we go, fast motion one more time. So stomping into the ground. Notice my arms, all good core work. Give it a whirl. This drill seems very simple, but can be very challenging for runners. It's the ankle jumps, and I'm jumping from my ankles with very little knee engagement, or you trying not to jump too much with my knees. So here we go, real slow motion. Again, notice how I'm trying to get all my height with my ankles, but what's deceiving is that I'm trying to do this as quick as possible. So it's actually the eccentric landing right there, that's causing energy to be stored in my calves that are helping me spring up into the air. So I'm not focusing on pushing off with my ankles, as more so that I'm just thinking about trying to jump as high as I can, as quickly as I can without bending my legs or at the knees. So again, I'm not trying to push off. It just looks that way because of the elastic energy that's stored in my calves and why our calves are so important for running. So this will really help your cadence for those people who are challenged with having maybe a slower cadence. This is going to be super helpful. And just pretend that you're a pogo stick and you're trying to pogo up in the air. And as we increase the speed of the film, you'll get that sensation of a pogo stick. And again, I'm trying to be as quick as possible, jumping from my ankles or the stored energy in my calves. So give it a try. Okay, this is the one leg forward hop. Simply I'm taking off from my right and landing on my right, hopping on the same foot. I'm finding a good balance of distance so I maintain my balance. So take off from the right, land on the right. Again, my distance is allowing me to maintain my balance, not having to hop on that leg to maintain my balance. So I take off and land underneath me. So find a good distance that's allowing you to land on that leg and then take off from it. This is a great exercise to help train your transition from landing and taking off while you run, ultimately helping your cadence. Okay, here's a very advanced drill, so I would suggest working on some of the easier drills before you do this one leg high hop. We are hopping on one leg, trying to jump as high as we can on that one leg and landing on the same leg. So as we come up, we're going to go slow motion here so you can really see it. So I'm taking off with my right, landing on my right. And the key is to try through time to jump as high as possible on that same leg. And you notice I have a couple skips in between each high hop. That's me trying to keep my balance because I'm trying to jump as high as possible. If I wasn't trying to jump as high as possible, I might be able to eliminate those small little hops, but I'm defeating the purpose of the drill. So again, even slower here, I'm taking off with my right, pulling that knee, that heel right up as high as possible underneath me, and then landing underneath me again. Again, those little stability hops there to maintain my balance, collect myself, and then I'm going to hop as high as possible again. And again, we're doing several of these high hops on one leg before you switch. You're not alternating legs. So do maybe 3, 4, 5 hops on one leg. Again, they're very challenging. And then get a little rest and then go to the other side. And again, you're looking to jump as high as possible on that one leg. Super challenging, but super, super good for run form, cadence, everything for speed, for strength. Really, really good exercise here. See it as strength training. So again, we're going to go back to full speed here in a second, and you'll see full speed. Here we go. Boom. So I can kind of get into a groove of maybe 3 hops and then a high hop. So give it a try. Work up to it again. Do the easier drills first. In all my years as a coach, I've conducted over 1,000 hours of personal training events on runners, and one of the most common issues I see runners have is glute stability. and mainly glute medius stability. And it's that muscle right there that acts as a stabilizer, allowing you to provide power to move forward. And it's probably one of the most important muscles you have right there. And as you drive that knee up, you've got to squeeze that glute. So I'm mimicking the running gait here to demonstrate. We'll demonstrate more in the part of the video to come, but I just wanted to really drive home how important it is. So you're driving that knee up, something that goes up, something must go down, and that's that stance leg. It drives into the ground, fires your glute, acts as a stabilizer so you can power forward, and most importantly, stabilizing your leg so you don't have aches and pains, you don't overstress your hip flexors, you don't overstress your IT band. We've all heard that before. That's not common. It shouldn't be. It is common, but it shouldn't be. Okay? So work that glute stabilizer right there. Try this drill at home. Very hard. Practice, perform to perfect. Here's another great drill and exercise. Simply running in place. It kind of ties everything together that we're going to go forward with in this video. So notice there's my forefoot strike. And then I let my heel drop. And notice how I drive my knee up. Once you start running, that knee kind of drives forward. But again, notice how just simply running in place, almost like jumping rope, where you just naturally can't do it wrong. Can't heel strike. Just the only thing that changes when you move forward is your body angle. It's a great exercise. Start right here. And again, our range of motion is here. And if this is challenging, this is just kind of a warm-up. But you want to, boom, quick, driving into the ground. Drive into the ground, drive that knee up. Other side. Again, short range of motion, explode. Explode. Again, that could be a warm-up. That's too easy for you. Go hands behind the head or above the head. Explode up. Explode up. I'm driving this leg into the ground as quick as possible. Boom. Boom. Okay? Boom. Train stability too. Okay? If you're all over the place, if you can't stabilize, you've got to practice something easier so you get the stabilization down with your hips, okay? So now a progression from that in pulling in a more dynamic, more ballistic movement to train isometric, eccentric, and concentric, we might go to something that looks like this. Where I'm gonna do it a few times and then explain what I'm doing, okay? It's very subtle, okay? So I'm gonna jump up. Okay, so notice how I'm jumping up to get the eccentric load here, and then I'm taking off from that leg and going back to 2. So it's 2 to 1 leg to 2. So watch it again. Jump up, eccentric, explode up. Jump up, eccentric, explode. Okay, other leg. So I'm getting eccentric loading, and then I'm focused on getting off that leg as quick as possible. So I'll just do a few. Okay, so now I'm going to start here and go to here and then up. Okay, so watch it in fast motion. So up, boom, boom, to the side. I'm on a little grade here. It's good challenging. Okay. Up. I'm starting here. I'm exploding up, landing on the other leg, and then going high. So again, one more time.
So again, very ballistic. 2, 3, 4 are going to be plenty because you're doing it very quickly. And that's where the development comes in. So try that as a sequence. Again, use the first few as a warm-up. Those are great exercises for stability too. If you find yourself being too unstable to perform these, work on your stability first and do those easier exercises for a few weeks and get the stability in hips before you go and do some of the higher end, more challenging. We don't want to take long, slow movement, and we're not looking to jump or hop as far as possible. We're looking to make the hop as quick off the ground as possible. Notice how I use my arms. My arms are helping me engage my lower abdomen, okay? So the arm movement that I'm getting with this exercise and this drill is extremely important to help you fire and utilize your lower ab to help you quickly get off the ground. So I'm doing 10 by 20 seconds at a moderately fast, relaxed speed, building my speed throughout, okay? And I'm seeing it, I'm viewing this as strength training. So the key to this is I'm using the speed to help me with my elastic energy and to get off my feet quickly from a cadence perspective. The faster I run, the more I utilize my elastic energy in the muscles, my springs and my arch and my calf to help spring me forward. That's elastic energy, okay? And the faster we run, the more we utilize that. So that's the purpose of today. It's not so much the speed, even though that's good, but it's the strength and the neuromuscular training from the speed that's helping us train our body to fire and utilize elastic energy quicker to help our cadence when we're running easier. Okay, so you got to keep these 10, 15, 20 seconds in length so they're relatively fast. Anything longer is that you're just not utilizing the elastic energy as well. And so that's just kind of the purpose of the day, okay? Okay, when you're doing them behind the head, make sure you don't lean forward and lead with your shoulders. Lead with your core, your hips, okay? You don't want to lean back either, okay? Just nice and neutral, and think about providing power from your lower abdomen and propelling yourself forward through your hips. And let the arms rock back and forth a little bit. That's a natural movement that will help you engage each side of your core and hip flexor. Put your hip flexors on stretch, which is extremely important for forward propulsion. Okay, done six by 20 seconds, hands behind the head. Now I'm gonna do 6 by 20 seconds with normal arms, reinforcing everything that we've been doing in a more natural, using the arms for propulsion movement and putting everything together on the hill. I've got my stride power meter. So on the hill, I'm building to kind of my VO2 max plus wattage. So I'm really getting some good, powerful movement running uphill. Yeah, so I'm going over 400 watts here. So that's good. Feel really good. Everything's humming, everything's firing well from everything we've done up to this point. So I feel really, really good. For a workout like this on the hills, I really like to use watt as a target. So I'm kind of gauging my effort on that first few and looking at my peak wattage and then trying to target that peak wattage for the remainder of the set so I remain consistent. All right, 8 by 20-second hills with normal arms. My 9th one, my power dropped almost by 20 wattage. And so I ended it there. I don't want to start working harder, slower, especially with a neuromuscular workout. We don't want to do harder but slower. So I'm ending it there. And now the last component of this workout, and no less important, I'm going to go out for about 30 minutes nice and easy around the neighborhood, just like my warm-up, and reinforcing everything that I've trained the brain for. Okay, so the drills, the speed, and the hills reinforced everything from a cadence perspective that we're talking about today, that now going out for a nice easy flat run reinforces everything that we've trained, turned everything on, and now my brain will want to be firing my legs much quicker on my easy run, which will then train my brain, my legs, the nervous system to fire my legs and my cadence much quicker.